Yep. All right.
William, whenever you're ready.
So I guess I should be standing right here.
Put this down for a minute.
Sure.
So, we're going to do this, try to make it as full screen there.
Yeah.
You want to make this as realistic, so we start off, and it's like all about the content, not so much about the speaking, becoming more and more about speaking, right?
Yeah.
So we just go through it like it's for real, and stumble, just keep going the same way you would do if you were on stage in front of 400 people.
Gotcha.
We'll go through all the way through, and then we'll do the overall comments, and then we'll look right back at the beginning.
Noted.
Okay?
Where should I stand? Should I stand right here or?
Uh, yeah, as long as you don't obscure the screen, it doesn't really, that part doesn't really matter.
Okay.
The stage will be where the stage is.
You actually, best thing to do is just be somewhere where you can see that.
Gotcha.
As long as you can see the monitor and you know where you are.
Cool.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Stock Senna is your Twitter handle?
Yes. Twitter, Facebook, everything. Stalk Senna.
Not SennaTV.com.
Not SennaTV.com. That's our URL. Like that's our website.
Is Senna TV available on all those channels?
Yeah, but we're actually going to go through a rebrand. We're going to get like SEN.NA and remove the whole TV thing because tying ourselves to a format's not what we want to do. But
Okay.
yeah.
Sometimes it's almost always really
It's Senna is not available at Senna.
No, yeah, that's not available. That's a highly sought after one.
Okay.
No. It's only like 5 letters, and it's also the name of a popular Formula One race car driver in Brazil, apparently.
Okay. That's good. It's something
My sentiments.
agreement also.
Oh, I know.
That's funny.
Okay. So we decide. Okay. I'm pleased to introduce Senna.
Hi everyone, my name is Adrian Grant. I'm the co-founder of Senna, the Reddit for hip hop. Let's get right into it. So if you're anything like me, you're probably perusing Instagram and on Twitter and you've come across something like this. A funny meme or graphic from hip hop community, and the issue is there's so many of them and they go viral, racking up billions of impressions, showing up on sites like Reddit and BuzzFeed. And the problem is there isn't actually a central destination for it. It kind of just comes, goes viral, and goes into the ether. That is, until now, with Senna, the first repository for hip hop content to make it easy to find what the most trending memes, videos, and music within this dynamic culture. As a social platform, we're mobile first, leveraging the needs for this particular demographic. We've launched a week ago and we've experienced this level of engagement. But why is this all important? Hip hop on its own is a $90 billion market opportunity. African Americans and Latinos represent 40% of all millennials, and beginning in the year 2018, the majority of the population under the age of 18 are African American and Latino. And brands are taking note of this, incorporating hip hop slang and vernacular into its branding messages, from Taco Bell to Burger King to Car and Driver and many other publications. BuzzFeed and the LA Times, in fact, have actually hired folks full-time to cover this space. We're uniquely positioned to tackle this opportunity given that we're the only social platform catering towards this demographic. Our team is also, we believe, has team product market fit in that we have collectively over 2 decades of experience in media, working at brands such as BET, New York Times, Hearst, and Meredith. Myself, I'm an engineer, helped build out the infrastructure for brands such as BET, built social solutions for companies ranging from Post Foods to Teresa Horowitz. On our operations side, we have Patrice, who spent her career successfully leveraging demographics for partnership deals. And heading up marketing, we have Lola, who has built growth hacking activities for brands ranging from Diageo to Dell. How we plan to monetize in the future is leveraging the current activity that happens amongst this demographic, that being social commerce and also native advertisements. And we're available now on iOS and Android. So if you're an investor interested in tapping into what's happening right now in youth culture and a $90 billion market opportunity, we'd love to chat. Thank you.
Okay, we have plenty of time, which is good because you have to slow it down about 25%. You only have to take it up volume-wise about 5 or 10%. The advice I give you is that if you are talking so slowly that you think that, my God, he must think that I think he's a moron,
Yeah.
then you're actually at the right pace. And volume, yeah, you're like, I must be yelling at him, right? You're almost there.
I actually felt like I was yelling. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, a little higher would be good. That would calibrate when we're on stage and you have a mic. But
Yeah.
the pace is something I want you to take it down at least 20-25%.
Yeah, I think that comes with me getting comfortable because I just put this together. Going through this a couple more times, I probably get hopefully more comfortable.
You just gotta get used to it, you gotta feel it.
Yeah.
Right? It's like any physical activity. So your body gets used to doing it the right way, and then you get muscle memory. William, overall comments?
So it's interesting. I think this is a much cleaner story
Mm-hmm.
than I thought I was used to talking. So
Yeah.
I didn't walk away feeling like this is like we gotta have this thing. Like this thing must exist.
Yeah.
And I didn't. I'm not sure I have a good sense of exactly how it works.
We didn't have any demos of the slides. And then we were still TBD.
Okay. So is the okay? There we go.
Yeah.
And you didn't get the narrative for that, right? You just
Yeah, I just kind of breezed through it.
all right. So let's skip that. So that part we get. So that was really useful. So I guess there's something that's missing here that makes me feel like this is significantly, like this is a significant step forward from where we are today. That part is missing. The product will help you tell that, like showing that will help that. But
Yeah.
there's some kind of setup, there's some kind of grand statement about just how much better this makes everything. I think that's missing. I'm not sure what that should be yet, but I think that has to get into this somewhere.
I think part of it, for me, I want to flip the order a little bit and see how this works. Like, I think, well, there's little marketing down. I want to see if maybe we move the market size and the brand getting it up. And just set the case a bit more, right? So in this case, I'm doing like ready for hip hop, the road meat, the drop. I mean, I'll admit I'm not sure if I got that.
Yeah, I'm going to work on finding one that's a little bit more universal.
No, you know what? The fact that I don't get it almost reinforces the fact.
Yeah, but no, we can find a better.
Probably pick something that everyone will
Yeah, yeah. I think.
There will be people that will get that class, but not everybody.
Yeah, and we could get one that could get.
This way can be monitored.
So, in this case, bruh is the expression of frustration. So every time I get ready to try to do something, in fact, that's your face on Slack. If that was Slack, like if he said, when you thought you were done with Slack, like.
And then someone pulls you back in.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Yeah, you're saying move the market opportunity up further and brands getting it.
And I don't know if I do it before it might be like right there, or it might be after problem solution or demo. I don't know. We gotta go. We'll see how it plays out. But I would take that. I would take brands. I would even move the brands are starting to get it, right? The
Or-
uniquely positioned one, I'm not so sure about.
I think these have to get better too.
Yeah.
For example.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that means.
Gotcha.
So I think we want to make sure that wherever we hit, given this is not a mainstream idea, But to say that mainstream is starting to get it, then whatever you pick, everyone in the room has to get it. That's your control point, right? Like you want to make sure everyone else connects with it in some way, shape, or
I
form.
disagree. I think it would be nice if they got one of them or two of them.
Yeah.
But the fact that I don't get it,
I think that's fair.
and I still have to go, I'm going to still Google fleet.
Yeah.
So
So
the dictionary.
I think that's fair.
But like, if you're, the whole point is like, Taco Bell's got it,
Yeah.
and they understand it is important, and then now you're basically telling the audience, like, you didn't get it.
I'm gonna sit down and swing by so we can all.
Well, no, you gotta leave it up so we can see it.
Oh, I was just gonna, so there's only 3 of us.
Either way is fine.
Yeah, I'm just pop in the middle here. 'Cause I want to take.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I'll go on, the Urban Dictionary later, and I'll figure out what fleet means. That's my sense.
So what I
So-
would do on those is I would make that snapshot one that shows how many followers Taco Bell has.
Does this have like, how many times it was retweeted?
You know what
I could get all that stuff. Yeah,
like that's the
cropped.
snapshot you want, so
Yeah.
people know that was
It's like
popular.
500
You know what I'm saying?
retweets.
Yeah.
That's how you, and so so if it's something that people didn't get, your statement can be, Taco Bell gets it. In fact, 575,000 people that follow Taco Bell got it too.
Yep.
And so, therefore, if you're someone who didn't get it, you might literally you might be in the phone right now trying to figure out. What did they
Yeah, that's
get
one thing. I
that
just want to add on to that. All the brand mentions will be stuff that people probably won't get because that's the whole point of it. It's,
So I wonder, I don't know
They're
if this
speaking
would be
to us.
snarky or funny, if like the next slide is like www.urbandictionary.com. Right, by the
Yeah.
way, you
No,
can
I
look
think
them
you
up
can
later.
do that. I think you can totally do that.
yeah.
I think you can totally do
Yeah,
that.
sure.
You could have fun with it
Yeah.
and make the point at the same time. I think that's totally fine. So for all of you that don't know what that is,
Here's urbandictionary.com.
Yeah.
now you get it too.
Yeah.
And then you go to the next thing.
You toss an idea out there. What if, just rejigger the whole slides and you say like, what if we start with like, Taco Bell's, using these crazy terms. There's a $90 billion market opportunity that has these large brands speaking in these terms that you have to go on Urban Dictionary it trends virally. Does anyone know what this is? And kind of like posing a question, and then it's like, oh, it's hip hop kind of culture, or something like. Thoughts around that, where it's like the setup is like $90 billion. All these brands are paying attention to it. Goes viral. Does anyone know what this is, or does anyone know if a site or brand that represents this? Thoughts around that approach?
I think if you do that, you have to flip that around, which is the big reveal is a 90 billion.
Okay.
So if you do that, I'm not saying you should,
Yeah.
but if you do it that way, then you have to kind of be like, all right, let me show you what Taco Bell's doing, let me show you what these other people are doing. And all these words, most people, in theory, a lot of you may say you have no idea what those words are,
Yeah.
but it turns out that a whole lot of people know what they are, and to the tune of $90 billion.
I like that.
You could do that,
I like that.
and you can go from there.
I think that may be the tackling the whole wow factor, or what's like the big thing.
It'll get people's attention for sure. And then I have questions about 90 billion, but
Yeah.
that approach, if you're going to do it, I think you have to do the grand reveal after you kind of suck people into, this is what I'm talking about, you don't really understand it, so I'm going to translate for you, and then I'm going to put it in terms that everyone can understand, $90 billion.
So let's kind of build on that, because I think it could work. You could start off by saying, you just put the Taco Bell one here. It's like, just curious, show of hands, how many people get this? Right? No, really, don't lie. How many people get it? Right? And then the next slide is 400 and whatever, 500,000 people apparently got it.
Mm-hmm.
You go to the next one, like, how many of you guys know why that's funny? Right? And then you're like, oh, that many people do.
Yeah.
Right? And guess what? Nationwide,
X amount of
if
numbers.
you have the number, it's like, this
Yeah, I can
many
get the
people-
number.
The number's like, 100 million people in the U.S. get it, right? And that 100 million people are spending
There's a
$90 billion
$90
market.
billion conversation going on
Yeah.
here.
And then you can say, and by the way, you can look these up in Urban Dictionary later, but what they have in common is
Yeah.
this is hip hop culture, and it's happening around us every day. And whether you're in on it or not, it's happening around on us every day, and it's huge.
And you can take from that, you can show different snapshots of those things going mainstream, because you can find they eventually make their way on the CNN or wherever these other channels
that's it.
are.
You can then say,
And you can put that
the
on
next
there.
slide might be, twerking and a few other
Yeah,
things.
by the
like-
time they get it,
right?
you
You guys probably get this,
Right.
In 3 months,
in 3 months,
you'll get
it
those.
shows up
Yeah.
here. And so
Right.
twerking is a perfect example
Yeah.
Yeah.
of, that came out and everyone else was like,
Yeah.
then it just took over the airwaves
Yeah.
for like a couple of years. But anyway, I think you get the idea. Like
Yeah.
that's,
Yeah. I
you're
like it.
working this audience to get them where you want them to go.
Yeah.
I think that's,
And that's the build. Like you got them. Like
Yeah.
it's like the dark web,
Yep.
right? It's all happening under their radar.
Yep.
Yep.
I think that gets the excitement going, and then you're like, that's the good stuff. Right? I don't use the exact words. Like, that's the good stuff. Here's the shitty stuff, right? It's fragmented. It's happening, and I'm not loving that visual so much, but it's getting there, right? Because that visual just makes me feel like there's a lot of it. It's not telling me that it's in a lot of different places, right? And then you can hit them with, the solution is SENNA, and that visual also needs a bit of work, right? But you probably know that. More stuff coming in the top,
Yep.
and maybe the words are, maybe it's not even the visuals that's hard to read. Maybe it's fleek, on fire, bruh, right? All those things coming in on top into the funnel. And anyway, so that's okay for the solution slide. It needs a bit more work.
Gotcha.
By the way, you get props for using Beavis and Butthead. I don't think that's all that hip hop though.
That's the thing about hip hop. They take things
Really?
from other cultures. Yeah, that's from the music to the fashion. Like this one, I don't know if you'll find this one funny. It's like, who needs swag when you're the great Cornholio?
I kind of like that.
Yeah,
I don't
see?
think anyone has used Beavis in a demo day presentation yet.
Yeah, I mean, like this is just it just comes up and people find it funny. Like it's just
Yeah.
people reference a lot of like '90s cartoons and stuff. It's just
So,
yeah.
This
Yeah.
slide's the right direction, but it needs work. Now, if you've got all of that, then the natural transitions into demo. In everything, there is the why do I care? Like most of the time, people put most of the time it's a mistake to put demo too late because you got people like you're showing me the fucking thing already, right?
Yeah.
In this case, I think you got to build the excitement. Well, you're on board with that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Build the excitement
Yeah.
for the not only for the product but also too for I like the whole big reveal, the 90 billion thing, and like kind of
Now,
stoking the fire and then
in the product, when you do the product review, I think you need to be. One of the things that got lost entirely in this pitch was that there's an element of curation. You are specifically going after like the influencers.
as a go-to-market.
You're bringing in like the influencers and many of that. And I think it's worth talking through the motivation of the people that are doing it. And I think if you can build it into the context of your product demo, then that's the smoothest way to do it. Though if you have to have a separate slide for that, then you have to have a separate slide for that. And ditto, you can pull it out in the traction. We were talking about users you got, presumably, but also like how many influencers you've signed, what their combined reach is across all their social channels.
I like it.
Because that is, in some ways, a traction point. There's another slide down there where you have position. Let me see that one. So this is really your competition slide, right?
Yep.
That's what this is supposed to be, right? Well, obviously, then
So send us
you go
what's in the
diamond.
middle?
Yeah,
I
so,
was trying to figure it out.
I'm not. Yeah, I haven't. This deck is not done, as you can
Yeah.
tell.
So I mean, I think it does say uniquely positioned. But I think somewhere when you either talk to it on the site, you got to go with competition. You just say the word competition. You might say our competition, such as it is, falls into one of two buckets. They're either plain generic social media site with no.
But let me ask you, is this your competition?
Well, let's use the word competition very, very clearly, and maybe it's not the right word, but competition is anything that people are using now to get their fix.
Yes.
Even if it's not direct competition, right? So we can say, like, what's the competitive landscape look like?
Okay.
You've either got, social networks
Mhm.
that are, everything, nothing particularly hip hop about it. Or you have your traditional top-down publications, hip hop publications.
Mhm.
I mean, that's how I would do it. You call it competitive landscape.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll it's my own personal notes here. I'll incorporate that.
Next up. So I always like to do team towards the end. I flip model with team. And I might even put model right after your traction. It seems like it's just hanging out there in the middle of nowhere, right? So if you've gone through your demo, maybe you do demo and then model, maybe do demo traction then model. That's where it fits kind of more normally. What is it again?
Well, this
That's part of your traction.
Yeah, this is the market size, which I'm gonna rejigger, move it to the top, the whole big reveal
all that
kind of
comes
thing.
up over there.
Yeah.
And obviously you need slightly different graphics.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if 40% of millennials drive Ducatis.
Yeah, no, this is just like a placeholder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's bring it back down.
So what are your thoughts about, for team, like I just mentioned, talk about us in aggregate, like saying, oh, we have a combined 20 years of experience working in media,
So
as opposed to going individual by individual. What do you?
I think you did a little bit individual by individual. William, I think you'll agree here, right? A large part of what they're selling at this point in time is the team.
Mhm.
So it's worth spending the time on it.
Individual.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't go, you don't have to read everybody's curriculum vitae, but, if you keep on redoing them all here with the logo clouds, you say we have a, combined, well, every one of us has over 10, each individual over 10 years in the space between BET, the New York Times, Earth, Meredith, Daily Dot, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
I think that's probably enough to hit on it that way.
I mean, I would. So I have a different take on it. Especially for a content business, I think it's important for you to bang home the fact that you guys know content and that you know digital media and that you know tech. And so I think look, we got the core team. The core team behind this is no stranger to the media business. We've been in BET, we've been in the New York Times, we've been, just kind of go down that logo suit in that regard to let them know you've been around the block for a while, you've been in a lot of different places. And so that's where the genesis of this whole thing came from. My view is people investing at this early stage are investing in team, they're investing in ideas. So I think that if the team is strong or if it's uniquely aligned with the vision, it should grow or slide. It should be a core part of the story.
Yeah.
And so you want to make sure you deliver the right message as it pertains to this. And I think you want people to come away with super smart people with a lot of experience, not just some kids doing something that they think is cool. Like, these are people that actually know how to think through it from a business standpoint, from a technology standpoint. I think that's what you want to have come through on this. And you can just say, you can literally take these 3 pictures and put around it. On one side, you could put all the different places you guys have worked, and on the other side, you could have the different places you've gone to school. Like, there's a lot of different ways to play that. But I think that's an important part of this story.
Yeah.
And I presume this is in progress, right?
Yeah, this is in progress for sure. But it's not going to be all this text.
Sometimes this works better, bang, bang, bang.
As in logo. Is that what you? Oh, you mean like one?
Person,
oh, gotcha.
logos,
Column.
logos.
Yeah. All right.
By the way, I think we've said this before, but just in case, there is the demo day version of this. And
Yeah, I know.
there's the email version.
Yeah,
so
which
there's
is
more text on the send me your deck version.
I'm familiar.
Okay. Cool. But you agree, like, team is such a critical part of what they have right now that it's worth him spending a good 30 seconds on this slide.
This is the strongest thing that we have.
Yeah.
And
I also I'm not even sure, we'll figure it out, but I'm not sure it waits to the end either. So it may be something you need to bring a little more forward.
Yeah, that's what, yeah.
Most of the time I put it towards the end, yeah. I don't know, we gotta figure that out.
Yeah, I'll play
'Cause,
around with it.
this is without having a ton of traction. This is going to have to be a bet on team plus idea and potential more than they got traction. They're doing this, that, and the other, yada yada yada. And oh, by the way, these are people that did it.
Yeah.
Your math equation leads to investment. And this one is a little bit different than others.
You got your contact slide at the end? What is it?
And so we'll put in here to download on iOS, download on Android.
Yeah. So that's it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So.
You left out your ask.
Oh, so I mentioned it. I said, if you're an investor interested in tapping into.
Well, what are you raising?
So I remember the last time we talked about like keeping it open and just saying, kind of selling them on the opportunity. Like, hey, if you've been blown away by this $90 billion market opportunity and the team, and you want to chat further, let's talk about that. That's how we kind of ended up the last time, as opposed to saying, we're trying to raise this.
I think all or most of the other guys were probably putting an amount down on the table. That doesn't mean you have to do it, but it'll look different, right? It will look different.
Yeah. Well, that's good to know, because I was I definitely don't want to be the only person not saying a number.
The only other person I can think of who's not going to put an ask down is the one that raised his round.
Okay, and we're not in that situation,
Yeah,
so.
no, so that's different.
But you can't say you're raising if you're not raising. That doesn't do you any good either.
Yeah.
So if you're not actually fundraising, that doesn't make any sense.
I mean, we're hoping. By August 4th, we hope to be.
I mean, everyone will take money, but my point being, if you're not raising money right now, then to say, we're raising $1 million, and then,
Yeah, I hate for that to be the kickoff day if I'm not ready for that to be the kickoff day.
So I mean,
I guess it's okay for you to say,
It's like we're one of the few people we don't want you. I mean, I'm not going to say you say this, but you can say, look, we're one of the few people who doesn't want any money, right now. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. The issue is not, hey, I just gave my pitch, and I'm not asking for money because it means I'm not ready for money and I'm not this, that, and the other. You have to kind of own that and say, okay, so where are you? What's the plan?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. You can literally say, look, you can say we consider raising money now, but what we decided is more important is to do the following things first, and then we'll be ready to do that. And so
I have an idea.
Go from there.
Maybe right before the contact, it's what's next.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What's next? And you only released it a week ago.
Yeah,
right?
you can always
Yeah.
give it a time
Say,
frame.
what's
Like,
next?
look, we're kicking off our fundraising process October 1, or whatever.
Yeah.
But it'd be a part. It's still
Our
it's a
Apple
story.
release just a month ago, and now we're activating all our
Yeah.
content partners to promote it. We're reaching out on social.
Yeah, you just say, look,
we
you
expect
wanna-
to be raising around on
Yeah,
such
so
and
if you want
such
to keep up
dates.
what's happening here, download the app or whatever, but then come see us so we can make sure that you're on our whatever list
Yeah.
Yeah.
of everything
So
that's happening in SENNA.
that's really your
Something like
ask.
that.
Is
That's
like,
what you're asking.
come start the dialogue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me your email. I'll give you updates. So there is always an ask. It's just what is that ask?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
So I think the next step slide is the way to do it. Fundraising, the last bullet point would be like kickoff, seed round, whatever the number is, October 1.
All right, cool.
Okay.
So I incorporate all that, and I ended it early, so I have some time to add a new slide. So,
That's fine.
and then again, slow it down. And I think as I'm practicing more, I'll get more comfortable with. I'll get more comfortable, and then my speed will slow down.
Then the best way to do that is you present to someone,
Yeah.
right? Not to a room, not by yourself, not in your head. You present to them, have them time you, and show them the time.
Yeah.
You ask them, like, how was my pace? A little bit fast.
Noted. All right.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Who's left?
Admit me in caravan, and we are ahead
Still?
schedule. Yeah, you want me to see if we're ready to go? good about not putting money on that one.
First, yeah, this has not been a good day for me. Never, girl. wait, they're coming to recruit people to go to Seattle. Yeah, are you happy about that? Does that work for your reverse? And did another company in Seattle buy a local company in Philly? Not, not good. Not good. Or maybe it's great because maybe the only people from Seattle figure things out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with like, well, yeah.
How do you know what that is? Who is it? Should be throwing a party in Seattle. You should be throwing a party in Seattle, not in Philly. I mean, obviously, what I'm saying, these are not stars. People keep they are the idea. Like, that's what it is about being a path. I mean, all you can do is like basically, well, when you plan well, you might be a little bit rich. Because I guess, better